Hello friends, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the Factories Act 1948. Now, in today's discussion we will just go through certain definitions which are given in the Factories Act. So, what is meant by factory? A factory is a place where 10 or more persons are working and in which manufacturing process is going on using electricity, steam and oil. So, under the Factories Act, they have given the definition of factory as is a location where 10 or more persons are working and some sort of manufacturing process is going on. Okay, and this manufacturing process is going on with the help of electricity, steam or oil. Then what is manufacturing process? So what manufacturing process is a process for making, altering, repairing, finishing, packing, washing, cleaning or otherwise treating a substance for its use, sale, transport, disposal, etc. Pumping oil, water, sewage or generating electricity, transforming and transmitting power or composing types of printing for letterpress, lithography, photo, photogravure and other similar process of bookbinding and constructing, reconstructing, repairing, refitting, finishing or breaking up the ships and vessels. These are comes under the manufacturing process. Then worker. Worker means a person employed directly or through any agency, whether for wages or not, in any manufacturing process or in cleaning any part of the machinery or premises used for manufacturing process or in any other kind of work incidental or connected with the manufacturing process or subject of the manufacturing process. This is the definition of worker as per the labor law. Adult. A person who is completed his 18 years of age is called as the adult. Child. A person who has not completed his 15 years of age is called as the child. Power. Electrical energy or any other form of energy which is mechanically transmitted and is not generated by human or animal agency. Then what is machinery? It includes prime mover, engine, motor, etc. Transmission machinery, shaft, wheel, drum, pulley, belt, etc. and all other appliances whereby power is generated, transmitted or transferred. Then occupier of the factory, a person who has the ultimate control over the affairs of factory and where the said affairs are entrusted to the managing agent and such agent will be considered as the occupier of the factory, means owner of the factory. Now, what is approval, licensing, registration of the factory? Before starting a factory, you have to perform certain things. You need to take a permission of the state government and chief inspector for the site on which the factory is to be made. You cannot directly start the factory on any location. For that purpose, you need to take the permission from the state government. Okay, and they will give you the certain location. They are going to just check the location and then only they pass the location. Once the location is passed by the government, that is chief inspector, then only you are able to start the factory. Get the factory plan and specification approved by inspector of industry. Okay, once your location is finalized, then you have to prepare a factory plan with the specification and you have to approve it from the inspector of the industry. Then pay the necessary fees and get the registration and licensing of the factory. Okay, so once your plan is sanctioned and specifications are approved, you need to pay the registration fees. What are the other charges? And then you will get the registration and licensing for the starting the factory. If on the application to the chief inspector to use a particular site for factory, nothing is heard within the 3 months, the permission is deemed to have been granted. Okay, so if the chief inspector does not say anything on your application for more than 3 months, then you have to just consider that the application has been granted. In case of refusal from the chief inspector of state government, the applicant within 30 days of the date of such refusal may appeal to the central government in this connection. In some cases, your application may get rejected, and in that cases, you have a period of 30 days. Within the 30 days period, you need to appeal to the central government regarding this issue. An occupier should at least 15 days before he occupies the place as a factory. Send to the chief inspector a written notice containing name and address of occupier, factory, nature of manufacturing process, nature of power to be used, name of the factory manager, number of worker required, etc. So once all the things are going to be just over there, you have got the permission and all this thing. We have the 15 days time. During this 15 days time, you have to just give the written document, written notice to the chief inspector, and the notice contain the name and address of the occupier and factory. Okay, nature of manufacturing, what sort of business is going to be carried out over there, nature of power to be used, whether you are going to use electrical power, mechanical power, what are the sort of power you are going to use over there, name of the factory manager, who is the manager who is looking after the work of that factory, and number of workers required. So all details should be given. The inspecting staff, state government appoint the chief inspector and other inspector who may enter any factory and make examination of the premises, plant, machinery and other documents related to the factory. What are the duties of the inspector? The duties of the inspector includes to carry out the duties as laid down under the section 9b and section 9c of the Factory Act 1948, to ensure that the statutory provisions and rules frames are carried out properly, and to launch the prosecutions against the factory owner under the section under the provision of chapter 10 of the act. Then certifying surgeon. So basically the state government may appoint a qualified medical practitioner as a certifying surgeon for the examination and certification of the young worker and the examination of the worker engaged in the dangerous occupation or processes.